Hello and welcome. My name is Stephanie Dawn, and welcome to the Luminary Leaders Masterclass on molecular hydrogen. I'm just going to share a little bit about me and why I'm here tonight, and then I'm going to pass the baton to my beautiful co-host Colette Schnabel. And so, some folks call me a radical detox goddess. I'm also a cancer thriver, healing stage 4 cancer. And I've balanced allopathic and naturopathic sort of healing path over the last 5, 6 years. And molecular hydrogen has played a very important role for me. I learned about it a year and a half ago, and it was introduced to me by a doctor in Scottsdale, Arizona, that I was working with to heal my body. And I was blown away by the amount of science that was there for how molecular hydrogen could support cancer, but going far, far beyond. And that really pricked up my ears. And sadly, the device that he had sold me was purchased on Amazon. And I've since learned better that that's not where we want to be buying our molecular hydrogen devices for many reasons that we'll get into tonight. But I just want to share a little bit about my personal story of what's happened for me over the last year and a half. So I guess the biggest part of my story is that I've been able to rapidly heal stage 4 cancer diagnosis. Year and a half ago, I was bedridden on opioids. It was really serious, and I was a little scared, to be honest, and I don't scare easily. But this was hardcore. Pain is a powerful motivator, and I had the LumiVitae cell power device, and I drank it every single day during chemo days and every other day of the week, and continue to do so every single day. And so I'm pretty excited to be a cancer thriver. I'm not completely out of the woods. I'm not NED. I've got a ways to go still, but I'm actively, putting one foot in front of the other to heal my body every single day. And I just know that molecular hydrogen is an amazing way to do that simply by drinking water. And then the other part of my journey that I wanted to share with you relates to my skin. So, as a 60-year-old woman, there's a lot of things that have been happening to me in my adult life that I sort of just racked up to, oh, it's just aging. And one of those things was the fact that I had very dry arms. And at one point last summer, my mom looks down at my arms. I'm driving my car and she says, Steph, look at your arms. And I'm like, what about them? And she said, your skin's beautiful. And I said, oh, wow, thanks, mom. And I'm looking down at my arms and I'm quiet and I'm driving and I'm looking down at my arms. I'm like, oh my God, mom, do you know what we're looking at? And she goes, what? And I said, a hydrated body. So I then very quickly learned that, it just sort of dropped in that one of the major things that molecular hydrogen water helps to do is to deeply hydrate the body. And I had been very dehydrated and didn't realize that, just thought I was aging. And the same thing happened with my shins. My shins were really dry and flaky, and I pull off my yoga pants and the flecks would go flying of dead skin, and it was, I just didn't know any better, and that's just not the case with my body anymore. And so I'm really grateful that I cracked the code on hydration at my age. And I want us all to, cancer and beyond, this is an incredible way that we can be helping ourselves prevent serious disease and also recover from serious disease. So on that note, I would like to introduce my co-host Colette Schnabel, who is known as the Biohacking Mama. If you don't currently follow her on Instagram, you do want to follow her because she comes up with the most coolest things that we can all be doing, many of which that I've been doing in hacking cancer myself. But I love, Colette, how you're always sharing the good news about what's out there that we can be doing for ourselves, for our children, for our families. It's very meaningful to me, and I'm very grateful to be doing this work with LumiVitae with you. So take it away, girl.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And every single time I get to hear your story, it's always so much more inspiring. And biohacking is a popular word right now, but I think that what I really love to talk about is bioharmonizing because we have to have our bodies in harmony to make sure that everything is flowing and working in the right way. And hydrogen is actually the foundation of all things. It is actually the first molecule, if you go back to science class, the first molecule on the periodic table. And why is that? Because it was the first, most abundant molecule here that was here on Earth. And so that is what I'm super excited to go into a little bit deeper with you guys. Now, Stephanie was talking about this amazing device, our flagship device that we have at LumiVitae called Cell Power. And this is that device that we are talking about. But this evening, we're going to go a little bit on another roadmap because we're really excited to share about something brand new that is launching this Sunday. So if you did want to come to learn more about the Cell Power device, we're going to touch about the amazing benefits of hydrogen, and that is the foundation of LumiVitae. But if you want to dive deeper into the product Cell Power, I would really encourage you to get back to the person that invited you to this call, because tonight we're going to be talking about hydrogen, the molecule itself, and then a brand new product that has never, ever been created in the world. And I am just super stoked to tell you all about it. But first, let's talk about this miracle molecule. And this, I want to start with this quote right here. And it says, molecular hydrogen has the potential to revolutionize medicine as we know it. And just like Stephanie said about how it's been a major tool in her journey into her healing story. And I truly believe that that is the case because it works on the most remarkable way inside your body. And it's actually already being used in hospitals and as therapeutic purposes in other countries around the world. But for some reason in America, we're just not using it like that yet. And I wonder why. I'll let you guys fill in those dots. So let's go into a little bit deeper about this chronic situation that is happening around the world. And it is the hidden crisis of dehydration, that actually 75% of the world's population are chronically dehydrated. Now, why is that? I'm sure that you all see there's women and men around the world or in the gym with those giant jugs of water that have like the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, all those hours that you need to be drinking all that water. And they think they need to have all that. Yeah, maybe we should be having about half our body weight in ounces, but the reason that people are not being actually hydrated when drinking those giant jugs of water is because the water is not serving them and it's not actually getting deep into their cells, what actually makes the constitution of your body. And, we've been told that we are 75% water, but actually we're at about 99.9% fluid. And so this is an important piece that I want you guys to think about because hydrogen doesn't just work on the water composition of the body, it works on the fluidity of the body and inside the cells. Now, what is another important piece about the dehydration is that dehydration leads to inflammation. And how much have you guys heard in the population today, specifically in America, about stress and how much stress is affecting everybody? Well, oxidative stress and inflammation actually lead to nearly every single major disease in the world. And so if we could be fully hydrated by a good source of water, we could then reduce the amount of inflammation that is inside the body. So like I said, back in the beginning, before man came in and did all the man things, there was hydrogen. Hydrogen is where stars are born. I mean, it was the most abundant molecule in the world. It used to be in our atmosphere. It used to be in the flowing rivers. And that's why our ancestors could go and drink and that illnesses and sicknesses were not setting in. Obviously, there's a lot of other things that are affecting us today. We have all of the different runoffs that are inside the water. We have things that are affecting our food supply. But hydrogen is just not abundant like it used to be. So molecular hydrogen actually turns water into a very powerful wellness tool, combating dehydration and oxidative stress simultaneously. And how does that actually work? Well, it is called the miracle molecule for a reason. Hydrogen is the smallest molecule in the world. And so when we consume it through water, you can also consume it through air and breathing. But at LumiVitae, we're really focusing on turning water into wellness. And so when you have it in water and it has the beautiful brilliance to know where the most oxidative stress, where the most damage is inside your body, and it's so small, it can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. Now, there's not many things out there that can actually do that. So why is that so important? It's going to go in, it's going to help to benefit things that like brain injuries or anxiety, because anxiety is actually caused with a lot of brain inflammation. Other things that it protects against is Alzheimer's, dementia, ADHD. I mean, how many children are being diagnosed with ADHD in today's world? So the smallest molecule can actually go in and it acts like an antioxidant. It is not an antioxidant, but it has the brilliance to act like an antioxidant and to balance out the stress levels in the body. Now, I want to share a little bit more about the antioxidant part because even when we think that we're consuming all of these foods with antioxidant benefits, those antioxidants can't necessarily penetrate the cell membrane the way that hydrogen can do. So it goes in and it naturally restores balance without any side effects. And how much can you say other things in the world can do that for you? You can't, because everything has to have like a side effect or something with inside the body. And so I truly believe that hydrogen, and it's shown to have the capacity to increase your cellular energy, your ATP, right? Our cells are like our battery, our life force. So we need to keep that life force full, which is the ATP that is inside our mitochondria. And so athletes, biohackers, people that are here to really optimize their health swear by utilizing molecular hydrogen. I truly believe it's actually the foundation of all health that every family, every woman, every man should bring in, and then they can take a step back to see. I mean, here's some other amazing benefits. It's going to help support the microbiome. It's going to reduce the inflammation, so it's going to help benefit with IBS, Crohn's disease, and autoimmune disorders. Other amazing things, because it's supporting the gut microbiome, that it will then allow any other of the supplementation and nutrition that you're doing to be more bioavailability received into the gut. Longevity and anti-aging, it's going to reduce that oxidative stress. It's going to reduce that inflammation at a cellular level. So it's going to slow down your aging process. It will enhance your skin and support your longevity. And don't just take my word for it. Hydrogen is one of the most studied molecules in the world. It has over 3,000 publications, 200 disease models. What does that mean? That over 200 diseases could be alleviated or maybe not even there by proper hydration through molecular hydrogen. There's over 200 human studies and more than 1,600 researchers that are here to make a claim of what's happening. And you can also go to the molecularhydrogeninstitute.org. It's a wonderful nonprofit where you can go and become certified in molecular hydrogen if you like to be a little nerd like me. So that is where I love to go, because I want to be able to fully explain this to as many families as possible. So here are some other amazing benefits that it's going to help benefit. It's going to help balance your hormones. Like Stephanie said, it helps support cancer. It also helps to support your insulin levels and healthy blood sugar regulation. We actually had another discovery call like this the other week where a naturopathic doctor was sharing her journey into utilizing this, who was type 1 diabetic, and that she was able to balance out her insulin her insulin pump within her body. It like stopped for 45 minutes. And so there's so many other amazing benefits. So we truly believe that molecular hydrogen turns water into a powerful wellness tool, combating dehydration and oxidative stress simultaneously. But tonight we are super excited for what is about to happen this Sunday, May 25th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Like, why am I being so specific to the time? Well, because this is literally going to fly, if we had shelves, fly off the shelf. But I can guarantee we might potentially break the internet because we actually did that when we fully launched this company on July 10th, 2024. So this Sunday, we are releasing a one-of-a-kind, patented and certified molecular hydrogen and NAD fusion tablet. So, unlike the cell power device that we can actually go and create these beautiful molecular hydrogen bubble gas that's dissolved into the water, and this device really taps into your energetic body by structuring and grounding the water, and the lid creates frequencies. It's super awesome, right? But now you're going to be able to have this other part that you're going to be able to tap into the longevity game. You're going to be able to support your cells and to protect your DNA. But what is one thing that's super important? And Stephanie kind of tapped into this because she said that she had had a hydrogen device that her doctor prescribed to her that was from Amazon. Well, it is extremely important when you are investing in your health to purchase a device that or a product that is certified by the IHSA, and that means the International Hydrogen Standards Association. And that is what everything that we do at LumiVitae will be done. We hold our integrity to the highest of standards, and everything will be certified with what we do. And also, we always come out with the most innovative technologies or products for our community that has never been created before. And so these tablets are going to make more of a macro dose of hydrogen that you could have once a day, or maybe you're a little biohacker like me or into your health optimization and you want to take it a step further. Maybe you want to have 2 tablets a day. Maybe you want to have 3 tablets a day. We're going to give you those options. And so as you can see, there's different amount of hydrogen that can be created in your glass of water, whether it's 8 ounces or 16 ounces. And everything that we're doing here as well in this tablet is halal certified, GMO free, gluten free, keto friendly, soy free, vegan free, allergen free, and certified. Okay, so who is this not for? I don't know. I think this is actually going to be for everybody. So let's go into what is making this fusion of NAD. Well, NAD is the most powerful way to continue your cell's longevity, and it's way to keep your cells from aging fast. But we are going to be using something called a precursor, where we're encouraging our body to naturally make the NAD inside the body. Maybe you have heard of people going to get these NAD drips from an IV bar, or they're injecting their stomach with an NAD peptide. All of this is a great way, but I would also say it's expensive over time. It is also a little more stressful to the body to put NAD straight in, and I would say that to do something like that, you want to be like really sick, and that would be a good benefit to have that NAD burst straight away. So we are wanting our body to naturally create this NAD. So we're using nicotinamide riboside. It has 125 milligrams. This is beneficial for your anti-aging, to help push away any chronic disease setting in. It's going to enhance the insulin sensitivities, fat metabolism, and reduce any systemic inflammation, right? Well, the hydrogen's already doing that. And remember what I said, anything that you do with hydrogen is going to allow more bioavailability from any supplementation. So just keep that in the back of your mind as I go through all of the other bits that are inside this amazing fusion product. The nicotine riboside is also going to support any cognitive function. It may reduce any neurodegenerative diseases by protecting the sympactic plasticity and mitochondrial dynamics. And it's going to support any muscle recovery and strength. So great for those people who love to work out and athletes out here. The resveratrol. So resveratrol is great for being considered as the cellular longevity molecule. Typically, this is found in red wine. It helps to to promote longevity and the mitochondrial function through the cellular detox pathways. Hydrogen as well supports the body naturally to get the lymphatic to be flushing out and the blood to be circulating. So this is only going to work in conjunction. It's going to increase any nitric oxide availability. It has anti-cancerous potential, includes while protecting healthy cells from any oxidative damage. It's going to help support your hormonal balance. So for us ladies that are maybe in this midlife fluctuation, it's going to help balance the estrogen levels due to its phytoestrogen activity. And it will support any brain cognition for performance against Alzheimer's. But let's go a little bit deeper into where we are sourcing our resveratrol in LumiVitae. So we did say before that it typically comes from red wine, like red grapes, right? That's what most people think, oh, have a glass of red wine a day, right? For your longevity. Well, ours is actually being sourced from Japanese knotweed. And it has actually the most form of bioavailability of resveratrol there is. So our form is 98% pure, ensuring that bioavailability with no additives or fillers. It is vegan and kosher, non-GMO, gluten-free, all those amazing things. And it's going to mimic the protective polyphenols found in red grapes. Now, I wanted to share a little bit more because personally, I was like, Japanese knotweed, that's something new to me that I have not seen in too many supplements. So I wanted to give just a little bit deeper dive into this as well, because I know a lot of people might suffer or have something that could be claimed as Lyme disease. And so it actually, as I was researching, it is really supportive into Lyme-induced neurological symptoms. So if you have friends or family that might be struggling with that, this is also going to be something that could be playing in a benefit to support them in that way. It also helps reduce systemic inflammation, and it's typically used in traditional Chinese medicine for infections that are against bacteria, viruses, and Lyme. So again, think about all of the people that you could help support by bringing in to trying this amazing product. And then we have our vitamin C. It is derived from ascorbic acid, and I will go into a little bit deeper about that. But why would we want to have vitamin C? Well, it's going to help regenerate other antioxidants in the body, so like increasing the vitamin E production inside your cells. It enhances the iron absorption and supports the collagen production. Yes, please. I mean, we're not getting younger on the outside, so can we please make sure we're getting that collagen production on the inside? And it will actually work in a synergistic way with the hydrogen and the resveratrol in reducing the oxidative stress. So we have 10 milligrams of our vitamin C, and we are utilizing this through a natural fermentation that has non-synthetic petroleum derivatives. So that's really important. A lot of the times the ascorbic acid comes from GMO corn. So we are certified and tested non-GMO for its purity. It amplifies the resveratrol that we're already using, and it's going to protect the NAD plus that our body is creating and supports the collagen regeneration. So it's gentle, effective, and synergistic. We have chosen this not just for the cost, but how it's going to support us as a whole system. Again, remember, we're trying to get into that harmonization of our body. All right, next up is spermidine. This might be something new for some of you guys. Maybe you've never heard about this before. Well, spermidine acts as this amazing way to clean up your cells. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of this word autophagy before. So autophagy is typically you get into states of autophagy through detox of maybe you're doing a water fast or you're in a state of ketosis. But a lot of the times women, especially in their middle age, have a hard time getting in to Julie's on her day 4 of the water fast. I know there's quite a few women doing these water fasts right now. Good job, Julie. Well, a lot of the times women in their middle ages have a harder time getting into states of autophagy because we have so many hormonal fluctuations. And so the spermidine naturally allows the body to get into these states to clean up the cells. Other amazing things that I want to talk about here, it's going to help. It's been studied for its neuroprotective support against Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. And it will also help in supporting healthy blood pressure. It's going to improve your cardiac function by reducing the inflammation. And then it helps to enhance your immune optimization, enhances immune surveillance, and maintains a balance in T cell response. And lastly, let's talk about, you know, we love to have beautiful long hair, ladies. So it's going to support your skin elasticity. It's going to help reduce your wrinkles and stimulate hair growth and hair strength. So far, we've had a couple of things that are helping on the surface level of our body as well, which I'm super excited about. Ours is derived from wheat germ, but is purified to over 99% for gentle, clean cellular renewal. It is allergen tested, so there's no wheat proteins or gluten is remaining after the purification process. So for all of those people who might be celiac or have gluten intolerances, we don't need to worry about that. And so that is really amazing because then we don't have to worry about that for those people. Magnesium, the master mineral, involved in over 600 enzymatic reactions and essential for muscle function, sleep quality, to help balance your stress and more energy production inside your body. And maybe you guys aren't aware of this, but over 50% of the population is actually deficient in magnesium. And so we do require a lot more to be replenished to keep our body in balance. Well, where is our magnesium coming from? I've had a lot of people ask that because there's a lot of different types of magnesium. So ours is a MGT plus. We have 80 milligrams in that, and it is actually sourced from the Dead Sea. It's naturally rich, energetically potent, and purified for the bioavailability. It supports over 300 enzymatic functions, including energy production, detox, and muscle relaxation. It's going to be used in the ionic form with optimal particle size, easy for cellular uptake, with no synthetic forms, just earth source, water refined mineral wisdom. And then we have vitamin B12 inside our LVQ Plus as well, which is a nervous system protector and a methylation activator, a vital coenzyme that supports red blood cell formulation, brain function, mood stability, and DNA repair during this period. This active form of B12 is bioavailable. It's going to be gentle on your body, and it's going to be essential for those seeking clarity, resilience, and energy from within. We are going to be utilizing methylcobalamin to an active bioidentical form for your body, which to recognize. It's also clean, it's vegan, and it's gluten-free from its fermented methods. And for everyone who might have an MTHFR gene mutation, it is friendly for those types of people as well. It's going to support healthy nerves, mood, and methylation cycle, essential for your longevity. So how can you get this? Well, it's going to be going live. You're going to want to set your clocks for 9 a.m. Eastern Time this Sunday, May 25th. And this is something super excited for all of you as well, that we are going to be putting 3 golden tickets. That might sound familiar from maybe a movie back from your childhood, Willy Wonka. So 3 lucky people will find a golden ticket. And what will happen when you find that? You are going to receive 1 box of LVQ Plus for 12 months. That's right. Every single month for a year, you will be getting this. Now, what does it look like to invest in your health to receive the LVQ Plus? 1 month supply is going to be $88. But maybe you recognize and say, I don't think I'm going to want to have just 1 box. I'm going to want to have this every single month and not forget to reorder. So we do have a subscription option available for you at $79 in options of a 3-month, 6-month, or 9-month subscription. And we do have an option for 2 boxes a month, but what I'm super excited about, and for many of those on here that are aware, we have something super special happening. And this is why I'm letting you guys know the time we're going live, because for the first 500 people who subscribe to a Trinity Pact, we are doing a Founders VIP subscription price for $144. Now, why would you want three, right? Well, maybe you just like to take life a little bit further and you just really want to up your optimization game. Maybe you have friends and family you want to share with, or you just love to like bring people in to know like what it is you're doing in your life, and maybe you want to have a couple, like I love to call them um healthy happy hours. So those are super fun to encourage people to learn different ways to optimize their health. So for $144, you will be able to get a 3 boxes per month. Now remember, there's only going to be a limited amount of those for 500. So if you are listening to this for the first time, you're like, hold on. How do I get to be one of those? How do I get to be one of those 500 people? You're going to want to make sure you reach back out to that person who invited you to this call or to watch this replay. Because typically, a Trinity pack is going to be about $238 one off, or a subscription price of $211. So $144 subscription versus $211, that's over 40% off. I don't know about you guys, but I like to save a little bit of money, and I love to encourage families to invest in their health and to not have to put too much money out for their health as well. Here's a little description of the different packs that we have. One pack is $88, 2 packs is $168, and 3 packs $238. So that's one off. And if you decide to go onto a subscription, you will have the opportunity to get a 10% discount if you're not one of those first 500 people to get a trilogy pack. So, Stephanie, I would love for you to come back and share, who are these people that we're calling in? Like, this is so exciting, right?
Yeah, it is. And thank you for that deep dive into the tablets and how molecular hydrogen can help folks and how these tablets can help folks. It's very exciting. So, who are we calling in? We are calling in high vibe, purpose led change makers who believe in abundance, wellness, and the power of community because success is best when it's shared. And I can vouch for that. We were all in Utah 2 weeks ago and we had such a blast. And, you want to call in people that you want to have fun doing life with. So, if that's you and you're picking up what Colette and I are putting down, we want to invite you to join us. You're right where you need to be. Yeah, this business model is all about co-creation. It's about collaboration. It's about working together, and together we rise. So we make money by helping one another, and our purpose is freedom. And I want to speak to that because I've been working in the network marketing field for over 8 years now, and it has meant so much to me to be able to actually experience a life of freedom, life on my terms, location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom, where I get to design my days. So if that's something that you would like to do, then this could be the opportunity for you. Our mission. So, our mission is to create the next evolution in technology and wellness. And a mission that I am really connected to. We were blessed to have Taryn Lee, the CEO of LumiVitae, with us in Utah. And she said it so beautifully. She said, our mission is to bring more light into the world. And I'm like, well, I've been doing that for a while. I can totally get behind that mission, because the world does need more light, and molecular hydrogen is that vehicle to bring more light into our cells. Okay, 0.01% of companies achieve 50 million valuation under female leadership. So LumiVitae is changing that. So this is something that I love about Lumi. Lumi is women owned. It is female driven and led. And this is exciting for me because I've been into women's empowerment for several decades now, whether we're talking about health or wealth. As a business coach, I help women double and triple their income, and it really makes me happy. I've always thought that when the women of the world are wonderfully funded, good things are going to happen. So how are we changing that, you might wonder? So this is the path, the Omni Light path, and it's directly connected to these tablets. So we are going to be supporting women to be creating 6 and 7 figures over the next 6 months. It's the most generous bonus ever offered in Lumi history, or anywhere actually that we have seen in the network marketing realm. It is so generous. I actually wept a couple of weeks ago, when this was first mentioned, because I couldn't believe how blessed. I just felt incredibly grateful. We only launch once. Um, I'm sorry, there's someone at my door. Colette, can you just take over for a minute and
Yeah,
I'll be right back? Sorry.
of course. Right. So she's saying we only launch once, guys, right? And let me tell you what. So what I do outside of sharing LumiVitae with people is I actually go and I test and vet all of the most emerging cutting edge brands in the health optimization space. And with what is being launched with the LVQ Plus, I can tell you right now, nothing has ever been created. And I've already started reaching out and speaking to some of the top biohacking and health optimization experts and doctors in the space. And when I showed them the formulation, they're like, oh my gosh, what? How is this being made? And actually, someone who wanted to develop his own hydrogen tablet was like, I was speaking to the formulator and I was so jealous what you guys had. So, right now, guys, let me tell you, we have this is only happening once. And for someone to have this opportunity to hear this for the first time, even before it happens on Sunday, you're one of those first lucky people. So, are you going to take that opportunity? Stephanie, you want to jump back in? You want me to keep going?
Yeah, no, I'll take over. Thank you. Uh, okay. So what you're seeing here in the left-hand column is the bonuses that are at play over the next 6 months. And this is like, look at that. You'd be making commissions on what you're selling if you decide to join with us as a brand partner. And these are the bonuses that are at play if you get folks excited to join you and elevate with you. So those are no small amounts. And wouldn't you have a Merry Christmas with those kinds of bonuses rolling in? So this is what's possible starting on Sunday, May 25th. Yeah, so LumiVitae is all about turning water into wellness. That's our tagline. We're doing it. We want you with us. If you're feeling that whole body yes, then reach out to the person that invited you to be here with us tonight, and we can't wait to have you join us. So thank you so much, Colette, for your biohacking mama ways, and thank you everyone else for bringing your presence to us. All right, we wish you amazing health and wellness.
It was so good. And I would love to just, if anyone has any quick questions before we wrap up tonight, I'm happy to answer anything what we shared. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, or if you would like to come off mute, you're more than welcome to do so as well. We'll wait for a few seconds. All right, guys. Well, everyone's good then. So thank you all again so much for this evening. Thank you, Stephanie, for hosting this. And again, if you guys have any questions, get back to the person who sent this to you or who invited you to this call.
Mhm. Right on. Good night.
Thank you, girls. Good night.
Good
Thanks,
night.
guys. Really well done.